Welcome to the Subscription Maker Podcast. I'm your host, Zachary Alexander. And today we're going to be talking about whether or not you should add customers' success to the many hats you wear every day. Now, the reason I bring this up is because recently I was rereading E Myth, and in it, I may have found why there are so many dysfunctional small businesses. What I found was the problem is that everyone who goes into business is actually three people in one. So, what does this mean? Three people in the one. They basically wear at least three hats, and those three hats can cause them to be unbalanced. They can choose to do something which may, at arm's length or in retrospect seem just idiotic or unhinged. But it's because each of these hats wants to be in charge. I mean, generally, you start a business because you think you can do it better. You think that you've got something that someone else hasn't got, and you jump on it. So, if you're interested in eMyth, I'll drop a link in the description so that you can find it. This is an affiliate link, so that if you use it, I will get a few pennies, and you won't be charged anymore. So here's my take on what I found. Basically, what you start with is the entrepreneur's hat. The entrepreneur's hat is the one that boldly goes where no one else has gone before. The entrepreneurship, basically, it's like a spark. Something hits you in the middle of the night, and you got a winner. The problem is that it doesn't last very long. Basically, you get that entrepreneurial surge, and everything looks like it's going to just take off. But, reality sets in. And then you're stuck with, I've got to get something done. And that leads us to the next hat, what I like to call the manager hat. The manager hat is the one that scrutinizes the details. The manager's hat is the one that cleans up after the entrepreneur. Whereas the entrepreneur is like, let me get something done. Let me rush out here and boldly go where no person has gone before. Let me be a category pioneer and find things that haven't been done before. I can do it quicker, faster, and cheaper. I'm an entrepreneur. Now, the problem is, as an entrepreneur, it's easy to get unfocused. It's easy to get distracted. So all of a sudden you're like, well, this isn't working. I'm going to drop it and move on. That's a problem. And that's generally the problem that the manager hat has to pick up. At some point, you have to go from, I have this entrepreneurial surge, this entrepreneurial idea, to now I got to go out and figure out how to pull everything together. Everything's, up in the air because the entrepreneur is like, all I care about is ideas. I want big ideas. I want them fast, and I want them in a hurry. I got my ideas, and I'm running. I'm running down the street. The manager goes, well, maybe we should take a longer view of this. Maybe we should look back on what things have gone, how things have gone before. Have we tried this before? I mean, that's the thing about the manager's hat. The manager's hat is backward looking. It wants to compare the past to what you're seeing today. It's big picture, but it's big picture from a management standpoint. Not big pictures and I've got a vision. It's big picture as in, let's look across the way and see what's going on throughout the entire marketplace. Now, the third hat is what's called the technician's hat. This is the one that everybody defaults to when things get rough. The technician's hat is the one that people put on when the big idea and the manager, the big idea and entrepreneurship idea collapses or runs head on into the manager's hat. You know, you're looking around and you had this big idea and everything was going fantastic, and then all of a sudden, you wake up and you experience the dip, as Seth Godin would say, and things don't look as rosy as they used to. You're pulling together all your resources and you're going, things just don't add up. The dollars and pennies don't make sense. And at this point, unless you're very, very disciplined, most online professionals will retreat to the technician's hat. They will retreat to, let's figure out how I can do this better. You know, I'm tired of marketing. I'm tired of looking at the numbers. Basically just let me do the job. If you're a writer, you're like copywriter, just um, let me bring on more clients. I would be great. Everything would be great if I could just bring on more clients. If a if you're a content producer, you say, well, let me make more videos. I don't need to be worried about, I don't want to be worried about, the money. I don't want to be worried about the big idea. Just let me make my videos. I've got an idea for a new video. Let me concentrate on that. If I concentrate on that, then everything else will take care of itself. The problem is that it doesn't. The problem is that some new entrepreneurial opportunity comes down the pipe. Some new management problem creeps up. And then you're fighting with yourself, or, I didn't get into this to be a manager. I didn't get into this to be, I got into it to be an entrepreneur, but that was just my way of becoming or allowing my technician flag to fly. That was a way of getting everybody out of my way so I could do what I do best. Now, the challenge is, like we said, the three like we said, the three hats don't add up to 100%. And the question then becomes, what's missing? What is it that we're not doing? What is it that could bring balance to our life, to our businesses, to our decision making process? And that's that fourth hat. That's the customer success hat. Customer success is like a tour guide. The customer success manager has been there, done that before, and understands that, once you get past the entrepreneurial surge, you got to work on that. It's more beneficial for you to work on keeping your customers happy, because the dirty little secret is that there's not enough customers to go around. There's not enough good customers to go around. There's not enough good customers who understand and enjoy what you do to go around. What's needed is, you want to hold on to your best customers. You want to hold on to the people who will stick with you no matter what. And in order to do that, you need your customer success hat. You need to be able to lead people into why. You need that onboarding hat. which is a part of customer success. You need to be able to talk to people about what they're getting out of your solution. Is your offering satisfying? Are they getting what you promised? And if not, what do you need to do? Now, the thing about wearing the customer success hat is that by wearing it, you can create a customer experience. And it's this customer experience which nobody can duplicate. I mean, people can try, but there's always something just a little bit different about each company and its culture and the experience it creates. And a lot of that comes from the customer success manager. The customer success manager is the person who answers the call. And if you're smart, you bring the customer success manager in early so that you can move on, move back to your technician's hat. Just let me do what I do. But the reason you can do that is because of the customer success manager, because this person is handling the things that keep the customers paying on a monthly basis. And oh my God, what would happen if you should come up with another great idea? If you should get that entrepreneurial surge again? That's why you need a customer success manager. But when you're just starting out, it's not possible. You can't afford a customer success manager. So what you do is you create this customer success hat and you put it on, and you start to create a productivity system, and you create SOPs for your future customer success manager. So once you make enough money, then you can actually hire someone to handle the customer success challenges. Now, you don't want to basically put them out there and say, okay, you do what you want to do, and I'm going to go play. I'm going to do my thing I'm going to go do my thing as the technician because that's what I enjoy. That's why I started the business. I wanted to be a technician. You don't give up the manager's hat, the manager's role. You still have to manage your company. You still have to be aware of who's in your company. If you're so lucky as to get large enough that you're going to hire people, then you need to be the face. If it's your company, you need to be the face of that company. You need to be the person who is interacting regularly with the manager that you hired, the technician that you hired, the customer success manager that you hired. If you're the manager, if you're the owner, if you're the founder, then you got to do all three. Now, basically, what we come down to is you got a choice. And that choice is you can wear the green hat and be an entrepreneur. You can wear the light blue hat and be the manager. Or you can wear the red hat or orange hat and be the tech. And each one of those roles will fight you. They will come out and cause you to do things which are detrimental to your business. It's that fourth hat, that gold hat, the one up front, the customer success hat, which will allow you to build a business with a balanced decision-making process. So it's up to you. You can create a balanced decision-making process, or you can continue to embrace the chaos. This is your host, Zachary Alexander. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Subscription Maker Podcast.